So, welcome to the 2014 Agriculture Hall of Fame picnic. I guess I should say, can you hear me in the back row? Is everybody here? Okay, great. This picnic is sponsored by the Wyoming Livestock Roundup, Chesapeake Energy, and of course Farm Credit Services of America. So before I go too much further here, I would like to introduce all of our team members that are here tonight at the picnic. And I'll start with Martha Weishadel. If you're here, raise your hand. There she is. Jim Palm, Esther Clark, Garrett Horton, Brad Wilford, Benjean Braun, Deb Gallagher, and Connie Ramey, all with our country home loan team. So hopefully I didn't miss anything. We have a real good program tonight. We are running just a little bit late. Appreciate everybody's patience. If you're going to the concert, we'll make sure you get through the food line as quick as we can so we can get you to the concert. Again, appreciate everyone being here tonight. This is a casual picnic. Enjoy the evening. Looks like it's not going to rain on us. And it'll just be a fun, relaxing night. So with that, I want to introduce Chesapeake Energy, who's been our partner in the picnic for the second year. Andy?
Thank you very much, Rick. Good evening, everybody. Other than the support we bring to this now, I realized why they asked me to join in tonight. They didn't tell me I was going to unload tables and chairs, but I was more than willing to do it. And thanks again, like Rick said, to everybody that helped with that to get it set up quickly. We're very honored to be able to participate in this event and spend this evening with the agricultural group, with the ag folks in the area, on whom we rely heavily to do what we do. And we always want to be a good corporate citizen, particularly with the folks that own and work off the land that we're also trying to develop for oil and gas minerals. So we appreciate that very much. We want to always be a good corporate citizen. And again, it's a pleasure and an honor to be included in an event like this tonight, where we're going to honor people in the agricultural business from around the state. I've got a couple folks here from Chesapeake I wanted to introduce real quickly. Kelsey Campbell here is our Government Affairs Director. Somewhere we've got Tyson Mishak. Where'd you get off to, Tyson? Back here, Tyson is our Field Services Superintendent. Has a lot of interaction with the surface landowners in the area. And his lovely wife, Tori, is also with him. And my lovely wife, Julie, is sitting with them as well. So, again, we appreciate this very much. We're going to continue to do our best to bring prosperity to the state of Wyoming, commerce in Natrona County in particular, and to do it in a very, very responsible and upright way. So, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, and again, thanks for bearing with us for the delay, but it worked out really good. For those that don't know me, I'm Dennis Sun with the Wyoming Livestock Roundup. I'd like to introduce our team. First, my wife Peggy, over here. My son Jeff, his wife Jacqueline, their girls Bella and Dodie, they're here. My daughter Andrea is running around here someplace. Her husband Chris. Then we have Jody Michelina that does ads, and Denise Olson she's in Gillette, that does classifieds. And I always say that those two are like the FBI. If they get on your track, they'll find you and you'll do an ad. So we're proud of that. Also, Amanda Bell does our graphics, and then Kurt Cox is the livestock, the guy you always see at the sales, is doing a great job. His wife Diane, and their sons Carter and Cooper. And I think up through that. Oh, and Sage, you're right here, our managing editor, I'm sorry. And Madeline Robinson, she's here, some assistant editor. Well, I won't go to the office for a couple of days. Okay. I'd like to Everybody that's been a past Hall of Fame awardee, could raise your hand or stand up and we'll recognize all of you. Let's give them a hand for all the past ones. And on your table should be a little that gives out all the names for them and stuff. If you need some, holler and stuff. Also tonight we got a couple special guests from the University of Wyoming. We have Frank Gailey, the Dean of the Ag College. Frank, where are you? Up for you. And also here, we're proud to bring him here as the President of the University of Wyoming, Dick McGinnis. So let's give him a hand. We're glad to have him here. Okay, where's Rick Griffiths? And we'll get on. Thank you.
Okay, it is my pleasure to introduce Senators Mike Enzi and Senator John Barrasso. The senators continue to work diligently for all of the people in Wyoming and Washington, D.C., and especially for agriculture, and we really appreciate all they do. They will present the 2014 Wyoming Ag Hall of Fame Awards.
Good to be back with everybody again. This is where we get to see a lot of longtime friends, but we also get to make a couple of presentations that are quite an honor every year. And this year we have two more people that are being inducted into the Ag Hall of Fame, and we're very proud of them, and I hope that they will make their way up here so that we can present the award. And while that's happening, I want to talk a little bit. John and I have already made presentations on the floor of the United States Senate about these two outstanding individuals, and I want to share some of that with you because I appreciate the opportunity to share some of those accomplishments and achievements of Mary Mickey Thoman. Mickey is being inducted into the Wyoming Agriculture Hall of Fame. It's another honor for her, a recognition that's fully and richly deserved. She's known for her knowledge, experience, and dedication to the agriculture industry of Wyoming, a sector of our economy that is so important, it's on our state seal. No one knows how much we depend on our farmers and ranchers. Mickey's been such a strong and effective force in the agricultural community for so many years. The record shows that she's been tending to the family's ranching business and keeping everything running as it should for quite some time. In fact, her ranch can now be boasted in its status as a fifth-generation family ranch. I have no doubt she draws her strength and energy from the work she does and her heartfelt connection to her ranch and the family. At the wise, experienced, and youthful age of 84, Mickey continues to prove the wisdom of old age that the best way to lead is by example. She's a truly remarkable story, and it begins with her marriage to her late husband Bill and their decision to begin ranching together in the Green River Valley after they were married in 1948. 6 decades later, Mickey's been through some tough times and faced some difficult situations, but she's always been able to handle each obstacle that tried to block her because of her love of life as a rancher. She served as a 4-H leader for many years and helped found the Green River Valley Cattle Women and the Sweetwater County Cowbells. Today, her ranch raises Hereford cattle, Rambouillet sheep, and thoroughbred quarter horses. Over the years, Mickey has passed on her love of ranching and her commitment to Wyoming values that have made her such a success to her children, her grandchildren, and now great-grandchildren. As they continue to put the lessons Mickey has taught them into practice, they'll always remember that Mickey taught them so much about ranching. Mickey's been an outstanding teacher, serving with agricultural organizations and groups on both the state and the national level. Over the years, the contribution she made of her time and talents helped to advance the interests of the agricultural community as she served with the Wyoming Stock Growers Association, the Guardians of the Grasslands, the Wyoming Farm Bureau, the American Quarter Horse Association, the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, the American Sheep Industry Association, Wyoming Cattle Women, and the Wyoming Wool Growers Association. Clearly, Mickey has never been able to sit idle when there was work to be done. Her induction into the Wyoming Agricultural Hall of Fame won't be the first time that she's been honored for her commitment to ranching, farming, and our Wyoming way of life. She's also been recognized with the Green River Valley Ranchwoman of the Year Award in 2012, the Farm Family Today Award from the Sweetwater County Fair in 2013, a Partnership Appreciation Award from the Wyoming Landscape Conservation Initiative in 2012, and with her husband Bill, the Sweetwater County Ranch Couple of the Year Award in 1988, and the Upper Green River Valley Cattlemen's Lifetime Honorary Member Award in 1997. Mickey has shown that she has what it takes to not only survive, but to thrive on what can be a truly demanding business. Through it all, she's been a role model for others to learn from, and an example not only of the best of Wyoming's traditions and values, but proof of their strength and power. I'm proud to join with Senator Barrasso as Mickey Thoman is officially inducted into the Wyoming Agricultural Hall of Fame. It's another honor she has truly earned with her hard work, her leadership, her friendship with so many members of the Wyoming agricultural community, and her active interest and involvement in every aspect of the industry she's been part of since her husband and she began to work their ranch more than 60 years ago. So on behalf of John and I, it's our privilege to welcome you into the Agricultural Hall of Fame. Congratulations. And we also have a copy of the speech that we gave on the floor of the United States Senate to go with all of that. So, okay, we'll get pictures in a bit. So, congratulations. Thank you. Welcome.
Congratulations, and thanks so much for inviting the entire delegation to be with you again this year. We never miss, and the reason that we never miss is this is the best gathering you could ever imagine in the state of Wyoming. Thanks so much for having us. We just love it. Coming in, J.W. Knuckles said to me, well, how are things in Washington? And, you know, it is always better in Wyoming, always. You know, you get west of the Mississippi, and again, as Cynthia likes to say, you can see and you can breathe. So tonight it's wonderful to be in a place where we can see and we can breathe, and so wonderful to be here to help induct two incredible members into the Agriculture Hall of Fame, and I have the honor of inducting Frank Moore. Mike gave a wonderful speech on the Senate floor. I gave one about Frank as well, and we're going to give him copies of the speech. I'd like to have Frank come up as we talk about Frank. I saw your sister outside on the way in, but I hadn't seen you yet, Frank, so congratulations. Welcome to the stage, and it's an honor to participate. Let me just talk a little bit about Frank. The Moore family has been ranching in Wyoming for more than 100 years. As you know, Frank and his wife Elaine had continued to build upon the family legacy by their hard work and dedication to Wyoming agriculture. With their sons Keith and David, the tradition of entrepreneurship and raising high-quality cattle and sheep on the Spearhead Ranch is going to continue. The names Frank Moore and the highly successful Mountain States Lamb Cooperative are synonymous. Since its creation in 2001, the cooperative has greatly impacted the sheep industry nationwide, and Frank has been a driving force. Today, he is chairman of the Mountain States Lamb Cooperative. This is all in addition to time as president of the Wyoming Wool Growers Association and service in the Wyoming House of Representatives. Frank's participated in the second class of Wyoming Lead program. He was even appointed to the board of directors, believe this or not, of the Kansas City Federal Reserve Bank Board. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment. Frank's leadership has spanned the last 3 decades, touching local, state, and federal policy to help the sheep industry. Peter Orwick of the American Sheep Industry has said the industry is a better place because of Frank's leadership and willingness to make hard decisions. Mike and Cynthia and I agree. It takes people like Frank who have a natural talent for leadership and who are willing to volunteer their time, their money, and their expertise to keep the ag industry in Wyoming and America thriving. I'd like to extend my congratulations to Frank, thank him for his dedication to maintaining Wyoming's agriculture. Friends and family, I ask you join me in congratulating Frank Moore, 2014 inductee into the Wyoming Agriculture Hall of Fame. But before turning this over to Dennis, I think you all know that Dennis took over the Wyoming Livestock Roundup in 2005 when he purchased the paper from Del Tinsley. In his first column, published August 1st, 2005, he said his age was, quote, best stated as experience. He said, and I'm sure the last several years have only added to that base. The Wyoming Agriculture Citizen of the Year Award began in 1992. Initiated by the former Roundup publisher Del Tinsley, Dennis was the first inductee. In 2005, the name changed to the Ag Hall of Fame, and so far 52 individuals have been inducted over the last 23 years. Dennis works hard to keep America's farmers and ranchers up to date and also recognizes producers in the state who are advancing our way of life and raising high-quality food and fiber. His weekly editorial often contains words of significant wisdom. One column that stands out to Cynthia, to Mike, and to me is one that he wrote recently called Muddying the Waters. Water is critical to Wyoming and pushing back against the EPA overreach, and I will tell you, Dennis has been leading the way. We appreciate Dennis's efforts and all of those of his staff who work at the Wyoming Livestock Roundup. We have included in the Congressional Record Dennis's article, Muddying the Waters. It's a well-written editorial. I'd recommend it to all of you. And I have for Dennis tonight a gold bond copy of his wonderful editorial as printed in the Congressional Record so the rest of America can read and understand his incredible wisdom. Dennis, thank you.
Okay. Well, look at that. That's pretty special. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. And also I want to thank my proofreader sitting up here in front of me. Without her, I would have no recognition and stuff. Thanks a lot. You know, to kind of pay back, as you travel around this country and the state, people come up to you and they hear you're from Wyoming. The first thing they say is, you guys are lucky. And they say, well, what do you mean, being from Wyoming mountains or whatever? And says, no, you've got a congressional delegation that really works for you and shows some common sense and holds true to the word. So I'd like to give a hand to our great delegation here that really helps us out. Thanks a lot. Okay, now, I'd like to introduce the 2014 Miss Rodeo Wyoming, Desiree Bridges.
Don't leave. So on behalf of the Miss Rodeo Wyoming Association and myself, we want to present you with our pageant program book, just as a thank you so much for having us over the years. And it's great to come here and be a representative of this state. And so thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I am so excited to be here once again this year as your 2014 Miss Rodeo Wyoming. It's so great to see so many familiar faces. Actually, Dean Gailey, I went through his leadership class at the University of Wyoming, and Dr. McGinnity, I went through his ethics class. So it's great to see some representatives, and I am a proud graduate of the University of Wyoming Department of Agriculture last year, and it's so great to be back here at, thank you, so great to be back here at the Ag Appreciation Picnic. This week, I've had 4 amazing contestants for the title of the 2015 Miss Rodeo Wyoming, and they're going to come up and introduce themselves. So make sure you make them feel welcome. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Laurel Austin. I am Miss Albany County Farm Bureau 2014. And this last year, I was an undergraduate at the University of Wyoming studying animal science with concentrations of business, production, and nutrition. So I am so honored to be here in front of you at the Ag Appreciation Picnic.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marissa Mason. I am from Jackson, Wyoming, and I am Miss Teton County Fair and Rodeo 2014. I am currently in the transition stage to transfer to University of Wyoming to pursue a degree in history education. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Greer Barney, and I am from Rock Springs, Wyoming. I am the Red Desert Roundup Rodeo Queen. I am on my way to the University of Wyoming to study animal science, and I'd like to thank you for having me.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Shelby Page. I am from Laramie, Wyoming, and currently reign as your 2014 Miss Laramie Jubilee Days. I recently graduated from Eastern Wyoming College in Torrington, Wyoming with the welding and joining technology. Thank you so much for inviting us all here.
Thank you, ladies. Well, thank you so much again for having us. It looks like we have some Pokes in the house, so go Pokes.
Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce President of Wyoming Ag in the Classroom, Dennis Ellis.
Good evening. My name is Dennis Ellis. I work my day job for Anadarko Petroleum as the government community relations person around Wyoming, and in that company, I meet and work with many of you that are landowners around us. And then I grew up in Casper, Wyoming, under the Ellis Sheep Company Ranch. If you know Pinky or TJ Ellis, TJ's my dad. I see Dick Loper nodding over there. Super glad to be here. I used to come to this event as a kid. So I'm now president of the board of Wyoming Ag in the Classroom. Many of you are very familiar with us. I think probably most of you have written us checks over the years, which we greatly appreciate to support our cause. We have a mission of trying to teach Wyoming's next generation about natural resources, agriculture, and the importance to Wyoming's economy and the culture of Wyoming. And it's no small job with so many different influences out in the world. We just want to give critical thinking skills to our kids to look at an issue, evaluate it for themselves, and think for themselves about what the right thing is in the Wyoming way. We're charging hard on a K through 12 curriculum that we're developing, so everywhere from a 5-year-old to an 18-year-old, we can touch them at the appropriate level in terms of that mission I mentioned before. We've had a very successful year, just finished up our institute in the Michael Eyes Ranch down in southwest Wyoming. They did a great job helping us put that on. We had 40 educators from around the state, and a lot of these folks have never been exposed to ag, and we're able to show them about forestry, agriculture, checkerboard, public lands, grazing, water management and storage. Great stuff that they can go back and take to their classrooms this coming year and years to come. You also may be familiar with one of our most popular programs, the bookmark contest, where kids, elementary school kids submit different bookmarks for different topics. And it's a way a teacher can teach them about predator control or weed management, those types of things. And this last year we went from 700 entries to about 1,400 this year. We added an online voting component because there's so many good bookmarks. We want everybody to see them, not just the winners. And we had interest from around the world. People from Brazil were voting and all sorts of places. So the internet's kind of a different place. So we're very proud of that. I do want to quickly recognize our executive director, Jessie Defoe, who's over here in the black shirt waving. And then she does a great job for us. And then I'll go ahead and mention the names of our board members that are present if they want to stand or wave, and then you all just hold your applause till we're done. There's quite a few. Andrea Dockery out of Lander, Doug Hamilton out of Worland, Teresa Brown out of Hewlett, Glenn Whipple out of Laramie, Shelley Falkenberg from Douglas, Garrett Horton from Grable, Patrick Zimmerer from Huntley, and Patty Michaeli from Fort Bridger. Everybody give them a hand for all they do. And so the real reason I'm up here is to introduce our next speaker, the lovely Congressman Cynthia Lummis. Very proud of the job she does. This is not a crowd I need to introduce her to because you all know her and have known her forever. I think she started her career as a Miss Frontier at Cheyenne Frontier Days, so she's a rodeo queen. I'm sandwiched by rodeo queens, which means I should talk less and let them talk more. But my most favorite thing in her biography is that she's the youngest female ever elected to the Wyoming legislature, which just shows the gumption she has and sort of the expectations of these rodeo queens who are just up here to carry the load forward for Wyoming. So with that, I'd recognize Cynthia Lummis.
Well, one of the fun things about this is we've had now 3 great sheep stewards and sheep herders at this event. We've had Mickey and Frank and Dennis. And what Dennis has done in the last 2 years is shepherd Wyoming Ag in the Classroom through a real growth spurt and done all of the difficult, arduous work that it takes when an organization is growing rapidly, like finding new office space and helping get everything established so they can move to the next level. And wouldn't it be just typical that a Wyoming shepherd would do that and is shepherding agriculture and is shepherding Wyoming's young people? So Dennis, if you would come here, I want to also ask Jesse to come to the stage, and on behalf of your staff and your board, they want to recognize and salute you for your great stewardship as the Good Shepherd of Wyoming Ag in the Classroom. This is from your board and the staff of Wyoming Ag in the Classroom. Congratulations and thank you for doing a wonderful job as the board chairman.
Thank you. Here you go, Cynthia.
And my great assignment this evening is to introduce this year's honoree as the 2014 Educator of the Year, Andrea Hayden. And Andrea, would you please come up? Andrea is receiving a $5,000 check and a plaque with the support of the sponsors Anna Darko, the Wyoming Livestock Roundup, and Mantha Phillips. How are you, Andrea? Congratulations. Let's bring that big check up. The board has done an outstanding job of expanding this awards program for their teacher. And Andrea, they're so proud of you, and we're all so proud of the work you're doing to help educate Wyoming young people. Let me just read a quote from one of her students, because sometimes they're the best judge of what a really great teacher is. This is a past student who said, "What is really great about Mrs. Hayden is she gets kids out and doing hands-on experiences with things we have learned in class." What Andrea has done is integrate agriculture, energy, and natural resources through hands-on learning, and it's a wonderful example of what our Wyoming educators are doing to knit the fabric of education into the lives of our young people as they become the shepherds of Wyoming. So thank you so much, Andrea, and congratulations, the 2014 Educator of the Year. She says, thank you very much.
Hey, Dennis.
Okay, at this point I'd like to introduce Astrid Martinez. She's a state conservationist for NRCS.
put my bag on the floor here. Well, thank you, Dennis, for having me here this afternoon. There's a very special moment for us here at the Community for the Natural Resources Conservation Service here in Wyoming. One of our most beloved volunteer employees and past NRCS employee too, Gary Hedman, and I know you're somewhere around here. There you are. Come here, Jerry. Jerry's been with NRCS for 30 plus years. I won't say the amount total, but one day, if I got the story correct, he decided to retire because he was done with the technology. And he just want to be out there in the field helping the producers and putting conservation on the ground. So he retired on a Friday and started as a volunteer on a Tuesday, just because that Monday was a holiday. If not, he would have showed up to work that Monday. So this year we nominated Jerry for the Presidential Volunteering Service Award. He has put over 8,000 hours as an Air Team volunteer at the field office in Torrington. So here today, and I'm gonna need help from the delegation because I have a couple of other things that we need to present to him, but I'm gonna write the proclamation that the President Barack Obama sent to us, and it's from the White House. Congratulations on receiving the Presidential Volunteer Service Award, and thank you for helping to address the most pressing needs in your community and our country. In my inaugural address, I stated that we need a new era of responsibility, a recognition of the part of every American that we have duties to ourselves, our nation, and the world. These are duties that we do not grudgingly accept, but rather seize gladly, framing the knowledge that there is nothing so satisfying to the spirit than giving our all to a difficult task. Your volunteer service demonstrates the kind of commitment to your community that moves America a step closer to its great promise. Our nation faces the most challenging economic crisis in a lifetime. We will only grow America if we all work together. Individuals, the private sector, and the government must combine efforts to make real and lasting change so that each person has the opportunity to fulfill his or her potential. But government can open more opportunities for us to serve our communities. It is to each of us to seize those opportunities. Thank you for your devotion to service and for doing all you can to shape a better tomorrow for our great nation. And I'll hand this to one of you. Say something, Jerry?
You know, as a volunteer, it's really easy to do when you love what you do. And I do love what I do, and I hope I can keep doing it for several years to come. Thank you.